Okay, welcome to week 3. What we're going to try to do here is get the paper ready for submission. So right now we're going to focus on the introduction and the conclusion. If you start off by watching this video clip, it's the introduction to a movie called Meatballs. Notice how A, it sets the tone, B, it establishes the opponent, and C, it kind of sets up the environment. Your introduction should kind of be seen the same way. And if you click on the introduction here, you can read a little bit about it. Introductions and conclusions are very arbitrary in that there's a lot of creativity involved. But there are some things that both of them have got to have. I want to draw your attention particularly to this sentence right here, defined before developed. You're introducing a topic to the reader. Once you get to your thesis statement or your argument, your introduction is done. Then move on to the conclusion. Most people think of the conclusion as an opportunity to summarize, but that is not the point of the conclusion. We're not going to look at it that way. Check out this drawing here. Restated thesis, and then branches off into what? Relevance and implications of the answer. Check out these 3 components you could put. A quick, tiny summary. The important, relevant, useful main points. Sure. But then you want to get down to the significance. What are the implications? Why is it important? What issues does it raise? Here's a neat little example. It's kind of a call to action. Teachers need to inform themselves. So here the writer gives some direction. And then there's a quick little brief summary in here of the main points, but it finishes with putting it into a greater context. That bullying is never going to fully be eradicated. Okay, we know that. People are going to bully. But if we increase awareness of what bullying is, then we might be able to make the schools safer. Lastly, word choice is critical. We want to make sure that these personal pronouns are not in the paper. That means I, me, you, we, us. None of these pronouns should be in the paper anywhere at all. 1, it's not a narrative. And 2, pronouns are very weak and they hurt the word choice. So please scan your paper for any personal pronouns that might be in there and remove them. Replace them with something a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more professional. Remember, this is a third-person formal research essay. Once we get into the second half, we want to start by using the tools. Now, these tools are great. The first thing you're probably going to want to do is locate the print screen button on your keyboard. If you have a PC, it will be located right here. If you have a Mac, then check the other link right here on how to print screen. The reason for that is because these tools are worth 5% of the grade and you want to make sure you're able to show that you utilize them. And what I did to start here is I took the Vaccines and Autism blog and basically stripped it down to just the words. Wordle is probably the coolest one for word choice. So what we do is we just copy the whole entire thing and paste it into Wordle. Create your own. This is a Java-based program, paste, and it will come out looking something like that. Now, if you don't like how it looks, you can hit randomize, and it will change it as many times as you want it changed. Okay, that one looks good. So from here, I want to hit the print screen. The print screen. One time. Just click it. And then go to a blank Microsoft Word document and paste it. Paste. Right there. You'll just do this 5 times for all the tools that we use. You hit print screen and then you paste it right there. So here is a visual representation of the word choice from the Autism blog. Notice the biggest words are the ones used most often. And what we don't want to do is repeat the same word over and over again. So let's look at the word autism. Go back to the original essay. Here you want to hit Control F. Control F. F means find. Put in the word autism and it highlights every single usage of the word. Now notice how many times it's used just in the first 2 paragraphs. Is it really necessary to use the word autism that many times? Probably not. This is going to hurt word choice. From here, you can see if it's possible to maybe take a couple out. Can you combine some sentences together? Can you replace it with a synonym if necessary? Then after you do that, go back to the Wordle and create another one and see if the word shrinks. That means you're making progress. So you're going to do 2 Wordles. One before and then one after. Please feel free to use thesaurus.com if necessary to help elevate your word choice. PaperRater would be the next one, and this is great. Put in a title. It doesn't matter if it's the final title or a working title. Put the text in, and then the education level is going to be college undergraduate. The type of paper will be research. If you want the originality detection, go ahead and include it. This is a free program. Now when you're using this tool, notice everything on the right hand side. It will attempt to explain. How well did you do here? It's not very good with grammar, I'll be honest. Now the final grade note is not going to be accurate based on content, and it tells you that right now. But I have noticed that the higher the grade on here, normally the better the paper has been written, at least from a mechanical standpoint. After PaperRater, you want to get into right-click. It's much more thorough than the free programs out there on the internet. Now if you follow this link, it will take you to the sign-in page. If you've already registered, this should look familiar. You can just sign in. If you have not registered, you can go to Need Access. Remember, you can get 17 free days without paying. Lastly, send it off to Smart Thinking. Smart Thinking is free. It's embedded into Angel. Right here on your Angel homepage, you'll see the link for Smart Thinking Student Tutoring. Once you sign into Angel, it already knows that it's you. Now this is about a 24 to 48 hour turnaround, so make sure you get it in early enough. So here's what the final draft submission looks like. 20% for the essay itself, and then 1% for using each of the tools. If you do not want to download right-click, you can then go to the SPC Writing Center where somebody can analyze your essay as well. Just pay attention to the hours of operation. Finally, when submitting your paper, what you're going to do is go into Lessons, and you'll see two drop boxes, one for the blogger and one for the writing tools. And just do what the directions say. Attach the Word document and provide external link to the blog. The link to the blog will go right here. Make sure it opens in a new window. Then hit Attachments and just attach the writing. This way, the writing can be scored on its own. Now the other one should contain a Word document of the writing tools. So from here, I want to hit the print screen one time. Just click it. And then go to a blank Microsoft Word document and paste it. You'll just do this 5 times for all the tools that we use. So all 5 of them can be on there. And that would be 2 Wordles, a PaperRater, a Smart Thinking, and a download right-click if you do right-click, or the SPC Writing Center might be a little bit more difficult. We can talk about that though when the time comes. Compile those all onto one Word document and attach them